female entrepreneurship. I know you're very passionate about this topic. What does that mean to you?
I'm a big believer of you can't be what you can't see, and I want to be that person. I want to be someone that someone can see and be like, I want to own a business like her one day. I want to be as successful as her one day. I just want to be that mentor or that figure for people and women who haven't been able to see that before in their lives. Like, I grew up not really thinking that I could run a business. It was not even a thing. Like, I struggled at school, so the opportunities when you struggle or when you don't fit somewhere kind of limit you. So I want to be able to show people, even if you might not fit where you are currently, you will find your space in the world at some point. And I hope that myself and the 12 women that are here with us in Cantabria and the 280 women that are here in this project can be the bigger change for a lot of the women that can't quite see themselves yet.
What advice would you give to other female founders?
Just keep going and try, just start. And as silly as it sounds, it's that Nike saying, just do it, but it is.
Oh, I was just about to say.
Yeah, because I think we talk a lot about having imposter syndrome, but we're here and we've made the step into this program. We've made the leap into starting our businesses. So do we really have imposter syndrome? I don't think so, because we've started and we're making leaps and bounds every day. The thing we don't have is resources and the support mechanisms and the facilities to get past some of the hurdles that we need to. Like, I would love to be posting on social media every day to boost my outreach and my marketing strategy. I don't have the energy. It's not that I don't have imposter syndrome to put my face out there. I just don't have the resources or the energy to do it. So I would say just start, because the sooner you start, the sooner you can get to the point where you can find those resources. And the more people that start, the more people that are in this space, the more resources and support that will be available for us.
Yeah, how is it like to be a female entrepreneur in Cyprus?
Interesting, because it's all about tech startups. It's not about the support the businesses that support tech business, those tech startups. So I've reached out and been to a few female events, events for female founders, and to be honest, I was appalled at the general conversation, the lack of knowledge about female entrepreneurship and the needs of female entrepreneurship. One of them was run by a man, which didn't ask the pressing questions, or when you had a question, didn't want to confront that question. But these are questions that need to be answered. We have to push the boundaries of these boxes that we keep finding ourselves in. I found out there's a law in Cyprus that a woman can only hold one job. So if I was to have my business and then go work in a restaurant, that would be illegal. So there's a lot of work to be done in Cyprus in terms of opportunities for women that are outside the traditional boundaries of accountancy, lawyer, doctor, those kind of things. I also found an alarming statistic that I think it's 30% of women only enter the workforce in Cyprus, and 70% end up becoming just stay-at-home mums, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if only 30% of women are entering the workforce, these women can't see the opportunities available to them in the wider world.
Representation is a little less.
Yeah, so I walked away from these events thinking, okay, maybe it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm an expat in this country. I don't know how long I'll stay there. And then I was like, hang on a second, what if I raise a woman or a girl in this country? This is her future and her friend's future. So it does mean something to me to, I don't know, try to do something better in Cyprus, because that's where I'm living now. this is what I'm calling home. I don't see a future in another country or anywhere else. You know, I have the opportunity to live in Australia, the UK, anywhere else in Europe. But Cyprus does very much feel like home for me right now. So if I can try and create some change in my small community that I'm living in, then I will try my hardest.
Yeah. How do you feel about it? How do you feel that it makes you maybe different in this space? And how is your space also connected with, I don't know, is it female or male dominated? In general, how do you feel about female entrepreneurship?
It's a mixed feeling, to be honest. I think we have to encourage women to dare more, to trust and to believe in themselves, to be more self-confident. And in the same time, I'm not either a big fan of how to say this, of only women, because we are sometimes, when we are talking about female entrepreneurship, we want to make a difference between men and women. And I think that what is be more powerful is to say that we are all the same and we can do the same thing. And maybe we have even more sometimes. Maybe we have more intuitions, maybe, and we should rely on this. And maybe men are better at some things, and we should just
maybe.
Maybe. I'm not sure. No, they're probably more bold, you know, and they have less fear. And we are, yes, we should as a woman, we should dare asking more help. We should dare to also to say, I can do this, and yes, maybe I have not all the skills, but I still can do this, because men do that.
Yeah.
And sometimes we should be more confident. But when you say, okay, you can do the same, go. And because I am also part of different groups of female entrepreneurs, and sometimes I think we consider ourselves like maybe we think we are sometimes weakest. No, you have to get this. I don't know how to say this. It's
sometimes we do think
we
are weaker in some areas,
yes.
Or we don't trust ourselves.
Yes, sometimes we don't trust ourselves, and I don't want to make a difference. I think we should be just consider we have the same capabilities, and sometimes even better. So
we don't really have that many men in this industry, so being a woman is not really hard.
You're the majority, basically.
Yeah, we are the majority.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, it's probably, the feminine energy. It's always, the empathy, the, creativity, and we do need that a lot in this job. But also, I think men are really good at it also. I really wanted more, masculine energy in this field. It would be really nice to have it. Actually, the men that work in the industry are also extremely good and competent.
So.
But women are, with this, we are warm. We are we hug people. With, of course, not really hugging, but we are, offering this warmth that they need.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say it, because it is an industry, female dominated, and maybe, as you said, we need more balance there as well, because that's how things become better and, work better.
Yeah, that's true. I could feel it a lot when I was studying. My master or my bachelor's, and even, in the psychotherapeutical formation that I have in the training, there are just so many women and just a few men, and we actually need their point of view, also their energy. It changes a lot the dynamic, and it's important to have it. I mean, if you don't get to know their problems and their lives, because that's what you do in your training, right? You also have like therapy between yourselves. It's hard after that to have clients because maybe you don't really know them or the energy. So we need, to meet men that open up, that talk, so we can get to know that.
Yeah. Oh, very good point. And how is the ratio in with your clients? Are more men, more women?
Well, actually, I think it's like 50-50.
Oh, okay, good balance. Which
Yeah.
means that men are starting to open up, because this is also a feminism issue as well. Men to start opening up a little bit more and working on their mental health much more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do come to therapy. Maybe sometimes they are more in the cognitive parts, and it's harder to go deeper, to emotions. But yeah, they do come.
And I think for me, I realize that sometimes people, and it's not intention, it's not that because they want bad, but I think they find different ways to tell you to give up. I found this, not like give up, but
Polite.
and not even, I think if they know, it's just like they try to show you, no, but why don't you look, you're so good, you do have amazing jobs, trying to show options, I think the easiest way for me to say, people will find different ways to tell you to give up, not because they want bad, maybe because they want good, but simply because they don't understand. And the danger on that is just only one, subconscious. Sometimes those little phrases, sentences that people tell you gets there and trigger fear. And sometimes you're stuck, you don't know why you're stuck, and it's because your subconscious is telling you, this is dangerous, this is danger, don't go there, because you're receiving this information. This is why for me it's really important, and this that I have been learning is who you share your entrepreneurship journey. Because sometimes we're gonna share with people that's not gonna understand. And sometimes it's good to share, but maybe you don't need to share everything. Or maybe no, you have to find community where here, how many days we cried,
Oh my
how
God.
many days we laughed, how many days we gave each other insights,
Every day, all of it.
all of it, exactly. So this is the power that I'm finding here, and I'm so grateful to find, because even though I have people, friends, my husband, my family that gives me support, they give me support because they love me, and that's it. We give support to each other because we are feeling, we are experiencing, we really want that our business to progress, because we know here in this house we have a potential of create a business that offers everything, because we have a little bit of everything here. And this is great, because even though most of us, we are not the same line of work, complements each other, and then we give each other ideas, perspectives, insights, and comfort, because we need a lot of comfort sometimes.
Oh my God. Yeah, honestly, when people don't understand something, they try to solve it. To solve the problem. And when you don't understand entrepreneurship, you try to solve. They're trying to solve your problem, thinking your problem is entrepreneurship.
Yeah, exactly.
What advice would you give another entrepreneur? Because we're almost there.
Okay.
You gave a little bit, you hinting it, but what is the advice that you would give other female founders, for example?
Okay. I think it's a little bit what I said, but I'm gonna try to do it in a more simple way. And build, how can I say this in English? Let me just think.
How do you say it in Portuguese?
It's like, and it's not even giving me the words because I'm thinking in English. It's hard sometimes to change the key.
Yes.
But it's like build your base, structure your base with a community that you feel support. I think don't try to do everything on your own. Ask for help. I think this would be the most valuable advice I would give, and learn about collaboration, partnership. Because I have been learning things in here, and I think if I knew that when I started, I would be in other place right now, because we really need to start seeing others not as competitor, but as collaborators, and thinking that together we're gonna be able to build a better future. Do
you think you would be able to do what you do back in Brazil, where you're from?
being really honest, there's one of the side of my business that's gonna be for social impact, and I was actually asking myself, where am I going for this social impact? It's gonna be Brazil, it's gonna be Ireland, it's gonna be where? And I think I would be able to do. I don't see myself living back in Brazil, to be honest, but I think if it's something punctual for a social cause, I don't want to be working, selling for Brazilian companies, for Brazilian organizations. I want to be based in Europe, but I really would like to do some social impact socially Brazil somehow. I didn't know yet what's gonna be the cause, what's gonna be what I really want to do, but I'm started having, insights and opening myself to receive the information and see what's gonna happen.
I'm really happy I came into like more the circle of female entrepreneurs, because I think years before I didn't really think about that it's a big challenge, or it can be sometimes challenging but also so empowering, and it's very interesting and very important, I think, to have different styles of leadership. And I think that's what female entrepreneurship, but just in general diversity, brings into a company. And so what's my experience? Since before, when I was just working as a consultant, I worked in a very male-dominated environment, and of course more production areas. And I had of course experiences as in not been taken seriously, had the feeling of like, why are my colleagues earning more than I do, but also not feeling enough self-confident that I'm good enough to earn that money. And just being an entrepreneur, and I'm really lucky to have a co-founder like I do now, like Fabian is, because he's really sensitive towards equality, and we talk a lot about habits and how we feel towards each other and towards our work. Because he also, I remember like at one point he told me, like, I know we all grew up in a usually male-dominated society, so also he will be shaped, like his behavior might be shaped sometimes like old-fashioned, and I really have to tell him when it is like this, because he doesn't want to be that way, and really wants to work on an equal level. And that's just really good to have that knowledge that we can work completely eye level. And yeah, I still see the challenges in me, and of course a lot of my co-entrepreneurial friends, that we women tend to more reflect, tend more to question. I mean, not in general, I guess there are also of course men that do that, but yeah, just being okay with the more emotional part sometimes, or the feminine part, and being able to live that, and still being an entrepreneur and a leader is a good thing.
Yeah. And what is like to be an entrepreneur, and also if you would like a female entrepreneur in Hamburg and in Germany?
Can you repeat that question?
How it's like to be an entrepreneur in Germany, and if you want to have that, nuance of female entrepreneur in Germany and in Hamburg specifically.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have a comparison to other countries so much, but I think the field of social entrepreneurship is quite tough still, because it's not easy to find when you not go the regular startup way of how you have a big scaling impact of your business and finding investors that just push a lot of money and then you can sell it at some point. So it's not that way in the social entrepreneurship business. But it's a very interesting area, because I feel like the network is growing. I think Berlin is more the startup, has a bigger startup network, but Hamburg is also very nice, because it feels like you can find people in each area that you need to, and you can learn from each other, but also it's still a very small community, so you can really shape it together. And regarding the female part, I don't have a comparison of being a male entrepreneur, but no, it's good. Like, for example, I work in the Impact Hub Hamburg, and there are a lot of female entrepreneurs as well. So it's good to be able to exchange experiences.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Polly's YouTube channel
because she's amazing.